Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We want to thank you for spending your 30-minute lunchtime with us. Today, we are going to be talking about the PACE program, but from the property owner standpoint. I have my trusted buddy here, Mr. Glenn Milburn. How are you today, sir?
Hi, good afternoon, Selena. It's great to be back another week.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's start this time out that we have, the short time that we have together out with a video. And we're going to tell you a little bit about PACE. That's what this video does, right?
Absolutely.
All
right. Don't sweat your family's comfort or your home repairs. Call Ygrene today and get 100% financing with no money down. Approval is based on the equity in your home, not your credit score, and you'll pay nothing for up to 12 months. Don't stress about your home repairs. Let Ygrene help fund your new AC, window upgrade, or roof. Now's the time to beat the heat and your soaring utility bills. Make the call. Talk to Ygrene today and stress less about your home improvements.
So, Ygrene. Tell us about Ygrene and why should we go with Ygrene?
Well, first let me explain what Ygrene is. Now, it's a California-based company celebrating our 11th year. And what was created was to provide property owners the ability to finance eligible energy efficiency, renewable energy, water conservation, or natural disaster protection upgrades. Now, this was enabled by the state legislation, in particular Senate Bill 555, allow for property owners to make these improvements with the financed amount paid back through a special assessment on their annual property tax. The result has been more affordable ways for qualified property owners to make these improvements and make their homes and businesses more efficient and safer.
Now, I heard you say businesses. So why should a business consider doing upgrades to their property using the PACE program through Ygrene?
Well, for one, companies have different priorities in their business. They need to hire employees. They need to get marketing and promotion out. And sometimes making upgrades to their properties to lower energy cost or to improve the value of their properties can sometimes be a more difficult way to take cash out of their business. What PACE allows businesses to do is make these payments or make these upgrades to their properties to lower energy costs, to increase the value of their properties, but in a more efficient way because they can spread out the payments of that financing over the useful life of the improvement. So in some cases, this can be 20 to 25 to even 30 years, which makes it much easier for businesses to do this and still be able to grow at the same time.
Awesome, awesome. So let's talk about PACE. How much money did the state put into this program, and when does this program end?
Well, let me clarify a few things. So the PACE program has been in existence ever since the early 2010s. So actually, I'm sorry, 2008, right after the Great Recession. It was a way for the state to enable cities and counties throughout the state of California to opt in and allow their property owners to make energy improvements, efficiency improvements, all of the various eligible improvements through their special property tax assessment. And so this was enabled to allow more people to be empowered and participate in the very aggressive climate action plan goals of the state. Again, California has some of the strongest climate goals to get rid of carbon emissions or reduce them by the year 2050, and in some cases 2035 is now a new benchmark, and even 2030 is a new aggressive benchmark. In order to do that, it's going to take more than just large corporations to reduce their emissions. It's going to take homeowners, business owners that own property to be able to make small steps. And PACE is a great way to do that. In fact, there's been many studies to show that over the last 10 years, PACE has proven to increase adoption and allow more property owners to take advantage of these energy efficiency upgrades.
That's awesome. Now, last week when we were talking, you guys had a slideshow, and I think it said that the interest rate was something like 7.99, 3% to 7.99. Is that real?
That's real. That's real. They are similar to the home equity lines of credit type of financing interest rates. Again, the benefits to PACE for property owners is that whatever that interest rate in, it is not based on your FICO score. It's not based on your credit score. It's based on the equity that someone has in their home or business, or their ability to pay. These are rules that our company has, as well as these are regulatory conditions that all PACE providers must comply with according to the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. One other thing is an eligible financing amount for a PACE typically is based on available equity and the ability to pay, but also the typical project size ranges between $20,000 and $30,000. So again, I want to mention PACE, our company, Ygrene, has just completed recently our 100,000th energy efficiency, renewable energy, water conservation, and natural disaster resiliency improvement. So that represents over $2.5 billion in funding.
Wow, that's great. And I think this is a great time to take a segue into another short video about Ygrene financing and how it works, just to give our viewers a better rounded picture so they can just kind of see it. And for you that are watching out there, feel free to type questions in the comment or to make comments. We want to hear from you. We want to engage with you and answer any questions that you may have or that may come up. So with that, we are going to look at a video.
El programa de Ygrene hace la financiación.
That's not it. How did that happen? Okay, so we'll go back to that in just a moment. Let's talk about some home examples available through the PACE program.
You want to talk about how the program works, or what are some of the eligible requirements?
Some of the eligible projects that this program will cover. So,
oh, sure, absolutely. Well, some examples of home upgrades or business upgrades are things like cool roofing, efficient windows and doors, heating and air conditioning, insulation, landscaping, efficient lighting such as LEDs, seismic property improvements, such as structural connections and lateral systems, which is big in California, solar, water efficiency improvements like low flow plumbing or gray water systems or drip irrigation. These are just a few of the many upgrades that eligible property owners can make through Ygrene's PACE program.
So this is a serious thing. This PACE program it covers a lot of energy efficient projects. Hello, Farron. Thank you for joining us today. And with that, I'm gonna try to play this video again. Let's see if we can get it in English this time.
Award-winning Ygrene makes home improvement financing fast and affordable, offering 100% financing for energy-saving upgrades to your home or commercial building. Ygrene financing can be used for energy efficiency, renewable energy, and in some areas, water conservation and storm protection improvements. Use Ygrene to install that solar system you've always wanted, upgrade your AC, install a new furnace, and improve your home with new windows, doors, roofing, insulation, and even drought-resistant landscaping. There are hundreds of eligible improvements that qualify that may lower your utility bills, improve comfort and indoor air quality, and increase your property value. Here's how it works. Ygrene provides you with 100% home improvement financing that makes it fast and very affordable to upgrade your property today. There is no upfront payment, so you get to hold on to all of your cash. The cost of the project can be spread out over terms of up to 30 years and is incorporated into and repaid as part of your property taxes. If you sell your property, in some cases, payments may transfer to the new owner, so you only pay for what you use. Eligibility is based primarily on the equity you have in your property and your ability to pay, not your FICO score. Best of all, you may not have to make any payments for up to a year or more, so you may be putting money in your pocket every month from the energy savings while watching your beautiful home increase in value. The program is simple and easy. Get pre-qualified in just minutes and join the tens of thousands of property owners who have saved their hard-earned cash, reduced their energy bills, and increased the value of their homes. Apply today.
I tell you, Glenn, you're a walking billboard. It's like you memorize the whole clip.
Well,
So we actually
it's true.
It is, yeah. You memorized it all. You did a really good job summarizing it. We have a question from Miss Farron James. Is the program only for property owners in California? That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a very good question. In fact, Ygrene operates its residential PACE program in 3 states: in California, the state of Missouri, as well as in the state of Florida. So property owners in each of those 3 states are able to utilize PACE programs through Ygrene. Commercially, we also operate in those states as well. And again, different eligibility requirements for each of those programs, but we want to help any business or any homeowner that needs PACE assistance in any of those 3 states.
Awesome. Let's talk about this lien on the property, because some people will hear that and automatically get turned off and be like, oh, no, I don't want to lien on my property. Can you talk about that a little bit? We kind of discussed it in context of if you took out a home equity loan, you would have like a loan.
Right.
And so let's talk about that.
Well, sure, absolutely. So the features of paying back a PACE loan are no different than any other property tax assessment. When someone buys a home or owns property as a business, they essentially have a lien placed on that property, and that lien it remains on there as long as there's a property tax bill that has not been paid. And so as long as property owners are current with those annual property tax assessments, and PACE would just be an additional assessment, special assessment on their property tax bill every year. And what the great thing about Ygrene is they actually send, in the first year of a property owner's relationship with Ygrene, we send them 3 reminders. We send them an email, a phone call, and a personalized postcard reminding them of their annual assessment. But the process is very similar to any property tax assessment. We're no different in that sense. We're just an additional special assessment that they would see as another line item on their property tax bill.
Awesome. So Farron says, thank you so much. I have property in Florida that I need help with and in California. So Farron, I'm going to actually put the customer care number up for you so that you can reach out to Ygrene. We here at BSBA, we are all about providing information, making sure you have access to the programs that are available. And what we want you to do is we want you to do your research. We want you to find out as much as you can about these programs, because if it's a good fit and it's right for you, you should take advantage of it, you know, and you may find that this doesn't work for you, but at least you know how it works. And you may know someone that this may be a good fit for, and you can tell them, because we have to start sharing information in our community. It's vital to our survival. So thank you, Farron, for being engaged and for your questions. And you are so welcome. You're welcome. We want to provide you this information. So I have a question that came in earlier on my email. It says, how does the process work if multiple individuals own a property together?
Well, again, it would be the same as any other home financing product, as long as the paperwork was signed by all of the owners. that would sign the finance agreement, then that typically applies. There's many examples in not only PACE, but in other property purchase scenarios where there are multiple property owners. As long as all the property owners are signed on the documents, then that property would be eligible for that PACE financing in our case, or any other financing. So that there's no restriction in having multiple property owners with PACE.
Okay. And then another question came in and said, is if the property is in a business name, can it still qualify for PACE?
Absolutely. And I think I answered part of that. We help both residential homeowners as well as businesses. We have a residential PACE program as well as a commercial PACE program. So if it's a business, if it's an actual business that owns property, then it would be under the commercial PACE program, more than likely.
Okay. And then you and I, we've had these discussions, and I'm gonna ask you these questions, but so you've already said that PACE has completed over 100,000 projects, and there's been virtually no complaints. And when I say virtually, I mean like 0.01% of the people who have gotten this or worked with this project have complained. How many liens have you actually placed on people's property? Wait, let me say it this way. Has Ygrene, I'm sorry, not liens, because we know it's a lien, but defaults. If a person defaults, what happens?
So very simple. The process of if a property owner defaults on a PACE payment is the same for regular property taxes. No different. PACE assessments are special taxes, and a lien is placed on the home as a security for the financing. No matter what type of financing, PACE or otherwise. So if you're late on a property tax payment, including a PACE assessment, then penalties and interest fees would apply to that late payment, just like general property taxes. If the property owner remains in default, then it's possible that the property owner could lose their home if they don't make those payments.
But how many homes has Ygrene taken because someone didn't make their payments?
I can give you a very, very simple answer. 0. Ygrene is not foreclosed on any PACE property tax default. So the good thing is we stand behind that record, and that's why we have such a very strong NPS score, which is a customer service rating for all home finance industries. And so, again, we have very, very few open complaints, at less than 0.1%. And it's because we don't just give someone a PACE financing and then leave them. We walk them through the entire process. We meet with them. We explain the financing, how it works, their ability to pay. We verify it. We have a confirmed terms call recorded with the customer. We walk through the contractor arrangement with them. Contractors are not paid until the customer is completely satisfied, and there is an option for customers to not go through with the financing. Even if they've signed paperwork, they have a certain amount of time that they can cancel the agreement. So there's lots of consumer protections built in. In fact, PACE has some of the strongest, if not the strongest, consumer protections in the entire home finance industry. So that's why we stand behind the impeccable customer service we provide, and that's why you see very few of these cases where there's foreclosure, because again, PACE is a very small percentage of the entire loan that a homeowner or business owner would take out. And so it's oftentimes it's unheard of. And in Ygrene cases, it's non-existent where we've foreclosed on someone's home.
So you heard it here. The purpose is not to get your home and take it from you. The purpose is actually to help you make these improvements that you need to make so that you can live comfortably. I think that was a really important point, because I see a lot of comments on Facebook. Don't do it. Don't do it. They'll take your home. They'll take your home. Don't do it. And based off of everything that I've read, the reports that I've read, the conversations that you and I have had, I have not seen where that's actually happened. And that's why I am pushing and saying, do your research, find out what the truth is. And again, this maybe it doesn't work for you, but it just might work. So, and you won't know until you do your own research. So I want to ask you about the contractors. Now, what is the process? Because you can't just say I'm a contractor, so now I'm working with PACE. So what parameters or what requirements do you have in place for people to become PACE contractors?
So in order for a contractor to sell Ygrene's PACE product, they would have to be trained. Obviously, they would have to, number one, be licensed. That is a requirement for all PACE contractors who sell PACE products through Ygrene. They would have to be licensed by the California Licensing Board. They would have to go through Ygrene's training to properly understand what the program is, how it's what it's available to, and oftentimes we like them to just allow our sales team and our internal people to explain it to the property owner. That's why there's a recorded call. That's why there's a confirmed terms call with the customers, so that they fully understand what PACE is, how it's going to be assessed on their property tax bill when they should receive that, and any other questions they may have throughout the process. And as well as, again, as I mentioned before, the contractor does not get paid until the customer is satisfied and signs off on the work being done and is met to their satisfaction. So those are just a few ways how we work with contractors. We want to make sure they're properly trained and understand what PACE is, and they are also representing PACE the way that it was designed in law, as well as within our company rules and regulations.
Now, what happens if a property owner is not satisfied with the work and doesn't sign off on the work? What happens at that juncture?
Yeah, well, the contractor would not get paid until they complete the work to the customer's satisfaction. Okay.
Farron James says she's interested in finding out more about being a contractor as well. We actually did a workshop last week, which you can find on our YouTube page, but I will also put up the information for Ygrene, and you can contact them. I'm sorry, let me put up their email address, contactcustomer.care@ygrene.com. And you should be able to get some answers about how to become a PACE contractor, or a Ygrene contractor, I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah, our website has so much great information for not only customers who are looking at PACE like we're talking about today, but also for contractors who may want to look at ways they can grow their business. So I know this particular Lunch and Learn webinar is talking to property owners about the PACE program. So I want to make sure that they understand that there's so much information that can be found on our website. And if there's questions, that we have a customer hotline that's available 7 days a week, as well as our email at customer.care@ygrene.com.
Awesome. And I'll continue to put those up as we wind down our time. Looks like we have about 6 minutes left, but I do have a question, because I bought a house a couple 4 years ago, and it seems like everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong, and I've had to do multiple repairs and upgrades and make changes and just redo a lot of stuff. And so my question is, can homeowners take advantage of the PACE program more than once?
Absolutely. Again, your loan to value cannot exceed a certain amount based on the equity in your home by law, as well as the customer's ability to pay. So even if you have equity in your home, but the documentation and the information that you provide shows that you don't have the ability to pay the loan, then you wouldn't qualify for a PACE program. But if those are in case you do meet the eligibility requirements and have the ability to pay the loan, then absolutely you can take advantage of multiple PACE programs or stacking, what they call lean stacking, or stacking multiple PACE projects.
Awesome, awesome. And let's just kind of give a little brief snapshot into some of the items that we'll be talking about in the coming months. So we've had the contractors workshop, which we will continue to run monthly through the end of the year. And today we're doing our property owners workshop, which we will also continue to run through the end of the year. But I'm really excited about the education forums, because I believe that education is key, and access to information and to programs like this is what's really going to make a difference for our small business owners and our community at large. So I'm excited to talk a little bit about the forum that we're developing for next month, which is Ygrene, Meet the Ygrene Partners. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So Ygrene is an associate member of the Golden State Finance Authority. They are a program that has many financing programs, including a down payment assistance program for first-time home buyers. I think it's something that really is a program that would help a lot of people who are interested in buying a home, and first-time home buyers that may not understand the many programs that are available to them. This is one of the best that I've found. And Golden State Finance Authority also is our partner in the PACE program as a separate program. So we believe that it's important for this audience to understand ways that the Golden State Finance Authority's first-time home buyers program, or the down payment assistance program, can be helpful to them in getting into their first home. And also, once they're in a home, to be able to utilize programs like PACE to make these upgrades that could lower their energy costs and improve the value of their properties.
That is awesome. Is there any other partners that you are thinking about that may fit into? You don't have to say it because maybe they won't come on, but I just think that, first off, the Golden State Finance Authority program, I actually was able to take advantage of that, and it was phenomenal. I'm not going to talk about all of the things that I really like about the program now. I will talk about it on September 22nd when we have this education forum, though, because I think it's important for our community to know about it. But are there any other partners that you all have that you work with that could provide some, really important information to our community, for people who are looking to, buy houses, maybe there's some programs out there. I know, like in Sacramento, SMUD has an energy efficiency program, which I'm sure you've probably met with them a couple of times. But are there any other partners that you're thinking of that people, when they're doing their research, that they can also look at to see if it's something that could be helpful to them in conjunction with what PACE does?
Well, definitely, I think that those who are interested will get a lot of information next month from our Golden State Finance presentation. I think they have several resources and several programs that they'll be able to share next month. So stay tuned. I don't have any specifics right now to give you other than the Golden State's Finance Authority's program today, but I believe that by next month we will have a great opportunity for those to tune in and find out more information about programs that can help them.
Awesome. Okay, so we have about 30 seconds left. So give me your final thoughts.
Well, again, we've shared a lot of information about Ygrene's PACE program. I would encourage all the viewers to go to ygrene.com. It's energy spelled backwards, because there's a lot of great videos, a lot of information. I'd also encourage people to go to pacenation.org. It's all one word, because that's another great website that has videos and information and the sheer data and information and numbers behind how PACE has been able to impact our planet. So I appreciate, Selena, you and the BSBA for giving me this time today, and I thank you for the viewers for listening.
Thank you. And with that, we will give you back the rest of your day. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week, and we will see you next month.